I don't know.
Joke, man.
Yeah.
Yo, man.
Okay, maybe a summary of you and here to be today.
I'm Krista Naiga.
Yes, I'm Richard.
Alicia Familia.
Hello, I'm Joseph. We are discussing ethics and professional.
Break your brain.
Yeah, I'm also second in producer. It's supposed to be the way it is right now.
Okay.
So this one is not things one.
Good.
So you
Record.
say something. Ethics is yes.
What's ethics? What is ethics?
Come on, what's ethics? According to our topic, we are discussing ethics and profession and the professions. So I think on this, let's first discuss what is ethics and professions. So I think everybody could be having just his or her own perspective on how they understand ethics or profession. So maybe you can begin with ethics, maybe some idea on what ethics are.
You can begin with the profession, then we go to ethics of the profession.
Ethics is a super class. Profession is a super class. Who has an idea on what ethics is?
You said it's called. Maybe I think ethics is their standards of behavior, of how people behave in any situation they find themselves.
Yeah.
What is acceptable in society? And it helps you to choose between
Good and bad.
good and bad, right and wrong.
Left and right. Profession.
Human language is like jokes.
Right, so you can say it's a trade, you can say it's a business, because for I'm a taxi driver, so that's my profession. So what we call that a job, a business, yeah. All of those I think.
And I think a profession always takes time. Like you acquire a profession after some period of time.
I thought profession, employment, like you said, it's trade, it's a business, like so it should be.
According to some people, the profession is always acquired after a long year of experience, what and what. So the profession, okay, I think it always has to do with maybe some the work, the occupation or the business, like that's something that gain after a show. Yes.
I agree. It's more of like what you do and what you do so as per the notes.
Why we study professional?
Why? I think why we study ethics and profession. I think it's just that we know our code of conduct in different professions, like software, the do's and the don'ts, right?
Yeah, to acquire more knowledge about what, like the different aspects that we are expected to do in certain professions, like software engineering, what we are currently doing. I think to buy tools for analysis.
But also as computer engineers, okay, software engineers, I think also it helps us to
Arduino programming is the profession or you can acquire it. You need to study your profession or you can just acquire it.
like
the mechanics,
Some people acquire, some people study.
those are technicians.
ethics. Because they have to have some core values like integrity.
So a profession is always studied. It's always learned. That's what you're trying to do.
Actually, it's more of learned than studied.
You gain profession after some.
But you can gain profession going to school. Yeah, it can be
But you learn.
That's a time.
It's possible.
Yes, from the very definition of profession, all those answers are right. A profession refers to an occupation of which one professes to have an extensive knowledge which is acquired after years and years of experience through formal education to get it.
So that means that if you don't study and maybe practice mechanics, that's
Formal education means going to class and reading.
Yeah, go to class.
So it's studied.
No, it's okay. So, boss, the next topic, as usual, is the origin. Where exactly professions came from. Because it was not thrown from heaven like manna. It wasn't. Get it? So everything always has its origins. And this one too has its origin, which this guy is going to talk about.
This guy is going to be louder like example.
In fact, the concept of profession is actually not new. However, the word profession today carries a far different connotation and than it did during the Middle Ages. Profession, according to there's a guy I read this book. It's called Balvi or something. So this guy, the word profession referred to like a commitment formerly professed by a person to become a member of a religious order, something. And a profession was the person, like a profession was for him, okay, to him, was a person maybe who was professed the commitment, senior rights, what and what, some of those things. So since early universities drew the most of their faculties, like from religious orders, these teachers eventually were called professors. So I think that is a bit of more what profession is.
So guys, in a summary, the evolution of profession started from early ages, medieval, if you know what I mean. So professions started as far as 100 years from now. And actually how? Okay, in the modern history, okay. Okay, let me just speak briefly. The layman's language. All universities actually drew most of their faculties from religious backgrounds. And professors those days were actually people who were heading what? This religion organization, something like that. So the first teachers in those old faculties were actual religious leaders who were themselves professors. You get it? So that's how the whole thing came from.
Modern education came from monasteries. In the Middle Ages, like you were saying, religious orders was, you know, the discipline that is in schools and everything comes from that monastery setting. So that's where we got people who had knowledge. All of the basic education started from that religious order. So hence the so-called faculties that we have nowadays. That's basically the origin of the profession.
It's okay. Join us like this. So yeah, the next one is the requirements of the profession. What is required before someone becomes a one? I was going to say professional.
Bucket with 6%.
Professional.
Okay, cool.
Professional.
Oh, no, it's recording. Okay, Amos, you can start off.
Okay, so we're looking at the first requirement of a professional. And that is like the professional skills are developed by a long years of experience, and the skills are supposed to be backed up by a very well developed knowledge best acquired through years of formal schooling. What do you guys understand by that statement? That your skills should be backed by formal schooling to become a professional. Should be backed up by formal schooling. Yeah.
Yes, I think like for software engineers, for you to be a professional in software engineering, you must have acquired skills. What do software engineers do? How do they go about their profession? I think that is it all. You have to first go to school, acquire the skills, then you can do the practice.
Yeah, I also think like being a professor in any field, like maybe business. Okay, let me just talk about business. Like in the field of business, to be a professor in such a field, I think you need some knowledge like, from class. Yeah. You need to learn how to balance your book, what and what, before you even know how to handle your people. That's when you can be a professor. Yeah, so
But
profession.
I think if you don't go to school, you can be a professional.
But the point
Okay, to
is,
some
you
extent.
must be having the background of the school.
To some extent, you may be a professional in your own way, but there could be something
I
that's
mean, you can even be the best than those people that
Yes, I mean that in never language people say this person is a professional in this. Like for example, in business, even when they're not going to school, yes, they can do it better than even people who are going to
But
school.
it's
But
but you won't be a professional.
yeah, you can be a professional in
No,
you can't.
You will be a businessman, but you will need to hire professors or professionals to help you.
Hey, not only captures, not only captures.
You need to balance your book, you need to manage. Because there are things, if
That's
you're
why
a
you have
businessman,
accountants. You need those professionals.
you need those professionals. If you are not going to school, so
You
I
can
think
be a
I'm a few
professional when they are not going to school. Maybe because they are not about
No, a professional. You see, you can't get a contract. Okay, even employment, so-called formal employment, without
is the autonomy. Autonomy is all about the relationship between the professor and the receiver of the service or the product.
And the provider of the
And
service.
in this case, we are trying to look at this in favor of a professor. So a professor always provides the service to the guy who is on the seat.
Yeah.
So an example, we could talk about the
A lawyer
has
and
a
a client.
Then a doctor has a patient. Yes. So that's all about it. And unless if somebody has an idea.
There's another idea. What's the next point?
that requirement.
Third requirement of a professional is what we call observance of code of conduct. Yeah. Of course, we're not going to start explaining what is code of conduct, what, because we all know what code of conduct is. It's actually, those are rules that guide a given professional. Get it? It's okay. It's okay. So observations of code of conduct is the third and the last requirement of a professional.
I think pillars of profession.
Yeah. The next topic is pillars of professionals. What actually keeps professional rigid? What holds it together? So those are the pillars. That's what we're going to present in the next slide.
Gabriel.
We have 4 pillars: commitment, integrity,
Responsibility.
accountability, and responsibility. So you guys can explain
Commitment. The person most times making the commitment must always do it without duress. That means no one should pressure them to commit to what they're doing in their profession. in form of assignment. If let's say a lawyer has been assigned to represent his client in court, he should do it willingly without duress, and as you had already said, that enforces autonomy.
It's okay. This brother wants to speak. This brother wants to speak.
Responsibility. 6 minutes to go.
And the next one is thinking integrity.
Integrity.
Integrity simply means a state of undivided loyalty to self-belief. Integrity is like it's an ability of someone not to reveal information to a third party. That is most what we call integrity. Even in information technology, integrity simply means that if I hold your data, another person is not going to get access to this data. It's only you who is going to get access. So that is what we mean integrity in profession.
Then maybe accountability. What I think about accountability, a professional should be able to be accounted for the things he does. If, for example, maybe you are a software engineer and maybe you're working on someone's project and you get maybe a problem in the software you're developing, you should be accounted for that. You should not blame it on someone else.
That's responsibility.
I think someone is supposed to take up their responsibilities. If you're an engineer, do the engineering. If you're a lawyer, do your responsibility.
Like the roles,
Like, I think.
roles, tasks, or actions.
Okay.
I think we're done with that part. The next one is yeah.
Professional codes of conduct.
I think for this case we're going to discuss software. We're not going to others, but
We're not going to push on this. This is you guys are specifically.
So for the case of software, our professional code of conduct are held within 8 principles. Of course, we're not going to mention all of them, but the first principle is the product principle, whereby if we're working, it states that if you're doing a project for someone, you should always do and make a product which is of high quality. That means if you're doing a project, you should always make sure the final product is something which is good.
The deliverable
Yes,
is of high quality.
it's of high quality.
I think the other thing also is like we have to obey the laws that govern our profession. That was part of the professional code of conduct.
And another code of conduct from self-principle states that the software engineer shall continue getting knowledge in his domain as he grows older and older. That means if today you know Java and you don't know PHP the following day, you're actually supposed to go and research it. That's another problem.
So I think even as a software engineer, you're supposed to support your followers with the code. If you do the code, then people who are following it up, you're supposed to be supporting them as you show them that it is the right one.
That's true, yes. That's true.
To make it easy for them.
As we wind up,
The next one is dilemmas.
as we wind up, we talk about dilemmas.
Wait, why don't you make dilemma?
Dilemmas.
This one is running out.
It's okay. Keep that. Save that.
Guys, we start.
But there was more thinking here.
I think that profession has its own things under it. But when it says,
That's a profession.
I'm looking at. No, wait.
that's at what? We're looking at what? Because there are 6 principles.
No, they're not 6, they're 8.
That's what I was telling you.
They're 8.
Are they 8?
They're 8, yes. The last one is 7.
Yeah, there are 8 principles of code of ethics.
No, those principles
Under that,
inside
there is
they are
profession. So we are talking about profession. But when you bring in self and product, you're talking about the general code of ethics. And today we are under profession.
Not what I'm saying. I was saying those things are held under those principles. Our code of conducts are held by those principles. They're like
Now we
looking
are
at
discussing professional as a
In general.
code of ethics alone as a topic under code of ethics.
myself.
Yeah, I was talking from a software perspective.
Under profession, someone should you should have more interest in your profession than personal. Don't do something for your personal benefit. Let it benefit your clients.
Hello. But this way,
And I think
You cut them out. You cut them out. You guys
you're
cut them.
supposed to associate with reputable people. You don't associate with people. For example, if you're an engineer, you should associate with someone who is a well-known engineer. Don't associate with someone who is not known. So for it, keep on your pace of engineering. Because if you're associating with someone, they'll help you grow up in your profession.
yes.
You can't be an engineer and you're associating with, for example, teacher. Really? How will they help you?
So guys, the next one is dilemmas.
Dilemma. Decision making.
So actually, just define what a dilemma is in ethics. Dilemma. Dilemma.
Not very sure about
No, it's okay. Amos, dilemmas in software engineering. Just like make us
Engineering, my own understanding.
okay. Just general understanding.
I think it's a state of confusion, being unclear.
You're trying to choose between profession and your personal being. It's like, do I go for my profession? Do I go for my personal thing? I think that's the dilemma we're talking about. So,
Yeah. The last topic is whistleblowing. Whistleblowing, what? Among professionals. So I think whistleblowing, we all know what it is. It's always a signal, like in soccer, basketball. So whenever there's a whistle, it means there's something wrong. Not so. So actually,
I think it means like seeking public attention.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, you should mind about what the public wants.
Whistleblowing is when you've already talked about dilemmas. If you see something wrong about the professional world, let's say someone is developing code which is malicious or something, you blow the whistle, as in you let others know that someone is doing something wrong. That's what whistleblowing is. Like, remember the people, like Edward Snowden, the person who exposed NSA that it was tapping other people's computers, something like that, hacking other people's things. That's whistleblowing.
That's
what are the purposes of whistleblowing?
whistleblowing is always to expose the bad things now in an organization. Like
so
someone.
as a professional, you're supposed to do that.
Yes, it's professional actually to do whistleblowing.
Blown them.
No, it's a dilemma.
It's a dilemma.
It's a tricky situation.
Are you saying whistleblowing is an example? It's a dilemma.
Yes, it's actually it's related.
Oh yeah, I get it. Because you're trying to choose between, do I keep quiet or I go for profession and then I maybe talk about someone who's doing something bad? How will it affect me? How will it affect me? I get it.
Blow the whistle. Kill.
Miria, you have something? Yes. Muzet. These are methods. So just start. We're going to the next methods of whistleblowing. Just introduce it.
Okay, so we are going to look at the methods of whistleblowing. We have computer-aided methods.
Yeah.
Most common methods are anonymous. So it's not like you expose maybe like you maybe an anonymous post and people viewing it. So many people get to view it.
Can we also anonymous? I think just means hiding your identity. Like you've done something, you've exposed an organization, but people actually don't know your real identity who has done this. But all they know is Mr. XYZWXYY exposed an organization. Not so. That is what we call what? computer aided, anonymous. Your identity is hidden, your real you is hidden.
Which is a good thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Traditional methods of whistleblowing.
I think let's say you have a spy inside something like that.
Mira, what we do is go for spy. What someone hates, just use books.
I think that's the traditional
Yeah. There's also another method.
of spy.
There was even using hotlines. You remember those toll-free numbers?
I think that's the
If you know someone who is doing wrong in a company, call 999-000 and no one will know your identity. It is protected by the company, something like that. That's also one way of whistleblowing.
I think those enough points, and the next one is what complicates whistleblowing, what really makes it hard. I think Mr. Charles is going to take us to that session. Fear.
Again,
But your cameraman, you're supposed to execute your stuff.
I'm a drone. Wait for instructions.
No, what I think about fear, maybe I might report you. For example, if you're doing something wrong and I report you, there's a possibility that you maybe run after me because I've reported you.
It's not a possibility, that's what I will do.
Yes, so people fear because they're fearing the outcomes.
In Uganda, you lose your job.
They kill you.
In Uganda, they don't just do what they want to do. You can lose your job just because of reporting.
And suspicion surrounding whistleblowing. Sometimes people do whistleblowing because maybe it is out of anger or greed or revenge. Maybe if I know you've done, I might not have done something wrong, but because I want revenge on you, I do whistleblow, which makes it complicated. It doesn't make sense because I'm whistleblowing about something that is not real. Or for example, if there is a price, if they're like, if you get someone doing something bad, there is a price of 10M. I may do it even when someone is doing, has not done anything. Meaning, it doesn't give sense of whistleblowing. That's why I think it makes it complicated.
Mr. Charles, do you agree?
I think if you report someone, the organization can take it seriously and someone be like, maybe someone loses his or her job, and that is bad. That's what I think.
Yeah. But man, why?
Muzi, what do you have to say about yourself? Say something about your profile.
So you're going to summarize over here all these topics we're in this discussion.
This is not a Facebook post.
You see that?
Every profile got the Facebook.
Killers, dilemmas. You see that? And then after whistleblowing, things which complicate whistleblowing and whatnot. It's okay.
So I think in conclusion, we have really looked at everything, many things, beginning from ethics, defining ethics, the professions,
Introduction.
So then we went ahead and introduced the theme.
How the evolution of the profession.
We said, is it evolution? Yeah. So I looked at equality and the thing originated from those professional things like the behavior of the religious behaviors when professors behaved on. They believed on the professor to do it.
Religious man.
Religious man.
That's true.
Every professor, every teacher will go to the university. Every professor as a professor. Just benefit from religious background.
Yeah.
The requirements. Then from there we went to code of conduct. We talked about principles. Then pillars of professionalism.
Miriam.
Where we had 4 pillars.
Yeah.
Where it was commitment, integrity, responsibility, and accountability.
I think guys, this big process of mine. She's going to summarize and go to the next. Summarize the next topic. This discussion is over.
4 minutes to go.
It's okay, don't mind.
20 minutes. Then also growing. I think it was the final thing we talked about. We are also growing, meant reporting like what happens in a company that is bad. Yeah, that is all.
Any last remarks?
Under whistleblowing, we looked at the different ways they maintain, for example, computer-aided methods, the traditional methods, and what makes it complicated. Otherwise, they are separate.
The last remarks.
For the last 3 months.
Exposing the company that guy is getting money. So you go to radio station and you start, that guy has eaten the company's money. That's what you're so right.
Actually, most time it runs under risk and compliance in most companies because it's a very big risk if someone is stealing money or doing malicious code that damages our
Okay,
systems.
like any bad action.
Like managers playing sex with your
Yeah, you
boys,
Okay, so whistleblowing is like exposing the bad habits that are not in the line of professionality.
and remaining anonymous because no one should know it's you.
just like whistleblowing. So everybody blows the whistle when something's wrong. Not
But like, oh, you just have someone.
this is a bad guy.
Because he has a red card. Imagine you're whistleblowing against Mark Zuckerberg and you're just a worker. Next thing can be sacked. But it should